is perched at the foot of Table Mountain in the exclusive tree-lined neighborhood that is Higgovale. A recently renovated house that plays host to a young family, the homeowner was actively involved in the update of this project. To complement the changes made to the home, Anna Correa was called in to help transform the interior to the family-oriented home we see here today. Anna is known for her comfortable contemporary approach to design, but enjoys an eccentric twist to liven up things. And it's evident as you step through the front door.
Welcome.
So beautiful, thank you.
Oh, I'm here for all of this. Look at the wallpaper.
Thank you.
Lovely. Oh, wow. Anna, I love the antique mirrors as well.
I love using mirror in a space. It really just adds more depth to like a room.
Beautiful. Talking about depth to a room, look at this living room. Large TV, beautiful. Oh, this is gorgeous. Let's sit, let us chat. Let's talk about the client. What was the brief from the client and how did you manage to translate that into this incredible space?
Well, my clients are very well traveled and they've got exceptional taste. They wanted something that was a little bit luxurious, a bit of opulence, but it needed to be contemporary, clean lines, easy living, and something that the whole family could enjoy, you know, and would reflect their personality and their living style.
Working with an existing structure, were there any challenges that you faced?
I think for this home, the thing is that you have to work within the space that's here. It has great open plan areas. I did find that some of the rooms were smaller than usual, so working in the small spaces could be a bit challenging. One of the challenges for us was that the client really wanted a chandelier over the dining room table. Unfortunately, we weren't able to do this because of the way that the ceiling was already and the bulkheads and the layout of the furniture, it just wasn't going to work.
From what I see, the house enjoys a muted color palette. What I love the most is there's all of these interesting pieces of decor, colorful artwork on the wall. Tell us how those added to this home.
I always say let's work with a neutral base and then bring in color within your accessories, some decor items, some artwork. And, you know, and that's also what the client wanted, is she wanted a little bit of like spontaneity, something that was unexpected. And that's when we brought in all the different elements of color.
So let's talk art.
In terms of the artwork here, the client already had a few pieces that had been handed down through the family, but we needed more. So we actually consulted with an art curator.
Yeah.
And I think when it comes to artwork, it's very difficult for me to choose for the client because I find it's a very personal taste. And if you're working with an art consultant, a curator, they can easily pick up on what the client wants and what will be well suited to the home.
Now, something that can be seen as art in itself is wallpaper. Not only does it add texture, but it also can be seen as art. What was your take on using wallpaper in this space?
So wallpaper, I love, and I love working with different textures and different colors. Maybe it's monotone, and you know, it's always great to have as a feature, especially like we've used in the entrance hall.
It is mind-blowing. Tell us more about that concept.
Well, for the entrance, we wanted it to obviously be like a dramatic arrival. You know, it's got lots of pops of color, and we thought going for like a charcoal as a background would be really dramatic, not only sophisticated, a bit sexy, and then you've got the beautiful art piece on it with pops of color, and it's got a great texture to it too.
As I mentioned at the beginning, I love everything about this space, but we have to speak about the furniture. Everything looks very custom, very bespoke, but it fits together so well.
My speciality is doing bespoke furniture, bespoke homes. Everything is made for the client, is made for the space. We choose everything, like from the design to the fabrics, working with the different textures. When we make up furniture, we have prototypes made for the client. We bring the furniture to the client's house. They can sit in it, try it out. We alter it to their comfort. And then I like to layer all the pieces with different types of fabrics and bring, you know, colors into cushions and textures, layer it with some throws. So we don't just stop at doing the soft furnishings when it comes to bespoke. We do cabinet pieces as well. I especially love the black cabinet we did for this room. When you open it, you've got a beautiful touch of red, which is a nice surprise to have. Again, it was just bringing in a bit of drama into the space. And then on the big ticket items, we designed a big, beautiful wall unit for my client. I don't like to see any media equipment, so therefore we hide everything into the unit and all the wiring gets done at the back. and we've done a beautiful mix of oak veneer and a Duco finish.
Anna, can you take us through the flow of this beautiful space?
The one thing I love about this home is that it does have a beautiful open plan area leading from the kitchen, which was already existing, onto the dining area, which opens up to the back garden, leading through to the living room area with beautiful sliding doors that open onto the patio, the deck, and the swimming pool.
Oh, I love this. The gummies on the wall?
Yes, that was one of the pieces that we had commissioned for the clients.
Very cool.
A house built for a family means you get to be a bit more playful with design schemes. From the beautifully muted living areas that enjoy pops of color thanks to the owner's love for art, the house oozes modern design with an eclectic twist. Now, stepping into the nursery is a welcome surprise compared to the stereotypical blue and pink we are so accustomed to.
This is a nursery.
Oh, wow. Anna, this is gorgeous. Anna, I love this room. From the wall art to the crib, to the fur on the floor, the stuffed toys, and the soft lighting in here. This is absolutely incredible. Take me through the layering of this room.
So I'm a big fan of black and white. I love a black and white scheme, and I think it's a great base to work from. Mm-hmm. To introduce some color, we took it from the safari theme. Oh. So you'll see there's like some nice artwork on the wall. Yeah. We got the stuffed toys. We have a bespoke mobile with some color. And yeah, I mean, like I think a nursery is a very important room in the home, especially for new moms. And it's a room that has to work.
Well, it certainly does work. Were you playing the theme music, I like to move it, while you were doing this room? Because I feel it's very Madagascar in here.
Yeah, no, the client was very specific that she wanted it to be a safari look. But I also think it's got to be a room that it's got to be for mom too. Yeah. So it doesn't have to be too childish.
Yes.
And that's why we've gone for the sophisticated black and white look.
And I think when we walked in here, you must have seen my surprise at the wallpaper. I absolutely love it. Take me through the idea behind it.
With the wallpaper, because we were going for a sophisticated look, a room for a baby to grow into as a toddler, this is bespoke wallpaper, and I often like to cocoon a space. Yeah. So in this room, I decided to do 2 walls, so almost like corner the room.
You mentioned that the wallpaper is bespoke, which I absolutely love. What other custom elements are also in this room?
We actually did the compactum as a bespoke piece for the nursery. It's something that I often like to do for nurseries now because each mom works differently within a nursery. And yeah, so I mean, some clients, the height is important to them. Sometimes the length of the unit is important to them, depending on how they're going to work. And storage as well is very good to keep in mind when having your units made up.
Anna, what is your top tip for any parents looking to create the perfect nursery?
So I think when designing a nursery, I like to step away from a nursery looking too childish or too baby-like. So I think it's nice to create a space in which your baby can grow into as a toddler, into, you know, like they can grow into the space. I also think instead of just purchasing a cot, rather opting for a cot bed, so then your baby can grow into it for the toddler years. And I think with a feeding chair, it's very important to try it out before purchasing it.
So from the nursery to the main bedroom, tell me more about the elements used there.
So I think for the main bedroom, it was very important for the client that the room was actually a place where they could cocoon and just nestle away into kind of like a retreat for them to relax at the end of the day. And we went for a more monochromatic scheme there and played with different textures.
I love the textures. There was a softness, there was a sophistication. I love the lighting.
I love the lighting too. I think it's a great way to play on one's mood as well. And we use like different types of lighting. We've got the hanging lights, the pendants. I love it, and I think it's very sophisticated.
And I am loving the use of wallpaper in these spaces. What was the approach with the wallpaper in the main bedroom?
Because we were going to create a cocoon space, I thought it was a great idea to wallpaper all the walls. And we went for a texture there. So it's actually like fine threads of linen that have been applied onto a wallpaper, which I absolutely love.
Thus adding to the softness of the
and
room.
opulence.
So when it comes to giving our viewers one top tip for the incorporation of wallpaper to any space, what would you say?
I generally, first of all, don't be afraid to use it. A lot of people are scared of using wallpaper because they think maybe it's too dramatic or too daring, especially if you're going to wallpaper an entire room. But I just like go for it, and if you're a little bit unsure, maybe don't go for such an intense pattern, rather go for more of a textured wallpaper.
Stay with us as after the break we sit down